Bow chicka wow wow.
Is
Bow
this the
chicka
intro?
bow. Bow chicka wow wow. Bow chicka bow.
Chicka picka chicka pata papa putta pow
Welcome to the Holcoms podcast, where every episode is a window into our everyday lives as a couple. Join us as we share stories, dive into games, and invite you into the moments that shape our journey together.
It's hot.
So grab a seat, cozy up,
Cozy up, y'all.
and let's embark on this adventure hand in hand. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Jake, and together we are the Holcoms.
Who wrote this, Jake?
We're gonna get that.
Who wrote this?
Me, I told you I wrote it. Would you not like cozy up? Or the hand in hand?
You made me uncomfortable.
I'm supposed to make you uncomfortable. This is really 80% of my job.
So I'm actually considering doing so I am fortunate enough that I get to to join this radio team.
Yeah.
And I have to think of segments, and I'm super tempted to do like the uncomfy hour, where I just try to make everyone who is listening as uncomfortable
as possible.
I mean, no one's gonna go for it.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine why. That sounds dumb. Well, we don't.
No, it doesn't sound dumb.
Well, yeah, we don't say that though, do we? We say maybe it's not for everyone. Maybe it's not for everyone.
Let me just quickly say before we dive on in hand as we embark on this adventure.
Ow!
Both super ill.
Yeah.
Neither of us can breathe.
Not really. I wish I was dead. Yeah.
Also, in case we forget to say later, with our main topic of today, everything is our own opinion, our
Smart
own
disclaimer.
experience.
Especially because it's mainly me
everything.
ranting today, so we definitely need to make sure there's a disclaimer.
Women, don't listen.
Men also don't listen. Our one listener.
Take everything with a pinch of salt and nothing.
Well, and
probably
pepper.
nothing
Season
is
everything.
factual.
Season everything to taste, guys. You know.
Yeah. Do you want to crack on? Do you want to crack in? Do you want to dive in?
Well, before we start with a little story first, because I went to London in between the. I mean, that was last week now at this point.
Oh yeah, sorry I didn't upload last week. We just
We
forgot.
just don't have any time. If I'm off an extra day, where there's not enough days in the week for us to do this, so we need to think of a better schedule. But that's definitely Hannah's area of expertise. Anyway, London was exciting. Drank a beer at way too early o'clock in the morning, as you can imagine. But yeah, we went to.
No, I couldn't actually, but yeah.
Well, yeah, no, because you're a responsible adult and I'm an idiot. You said it. Yeah, we went to a few really great places, a few really disappointing places, and yeah, everywhere in between.
Are you going to name and shame?
I was not going to, so I think I'm still not going to. But we did our first restaurant we went to for lunch had a Michelin star. And it was the single most disappointing meal I've ever probably ever had.
Should we be called the Uncomfy Show?
What, the Uncozy Ups? I've been thinking about the formerly known as the No Day Off podcast. Good interrupt though, really good interrupt.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
So,
I know you don't care because
because
you've already heard the story. This is why I try and keep all my stories to myself. Because you just get bored and cut me off halfway through.
No, it's because I think while you talk.
So you don't listen?
I do listen. You were saying you went to a restaurant that had one Michelin star, or Michael star, and it was super disappointing.
Was really disappointing. Service was bad, food was bad, and it kind of just goes to show it's who you know and not what you know, I think. But did actually have some good takeaways from it. I think realizing that you can be a lot tighter and make better food within a smaller team, which is great. If you didn't know, I'm a chef at Mess End Cardiff. That's plug. Shameless plug. Had a fancy Guinness in that fancy Guinness place that I wanted to go to. Do you remember what that was called? Devonshire. Thank you. You just reminded me. And then, yeah, after that, we went to a few more pubs. But more importantly, we went to a Portuguese place after that. And it was, again, one of the single most incredible meals I've had. So,
what was that one called?
Lisboneta.
Nice.
Yeah, really good. I think I got that right. I hope. No, I mean, obviously they're listening. So hopefully I got that right, guys.
Big ups.
Anyway, the big ups takes us on to the next fantastic bit, which is obviously Dad Joke of the Week.
Oh. You don't care about my week?
Well, I mean, that we were just going to do one story. And this is my podcast. I'm taking over this week. Oh, cool. She hates that. Cool. Yeah, she hates that. Well, you've had all this time to tell me.
I don't remember what I did this week.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, there you go. Good roundup. So we like to leave each segment on a high, so that takes us quite nicely on to Dad Joke of the Week again.
Ta-da!
We should get a jingle board.
No, we should not.
Yeah, but you can record all your own voices onto it. So
I don't want to hear that.
Well, people get to hear that. Anyway, why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Because he was a standing ovation.
No, close. He was outstanding in his field.
Oh, no. So we're thinking, right, if we ever find time that we want to do a YouTube series of where we tell each other jokes.
I think we need more of a crew.
And we're not allowed to react. We have no friends.
Well,
who would we invite?
I don't know.
Hey, friends, anyone want to come and do it with us?
I mean,
come
slide into our DMs.
Joke party.
And keep sending those dad jokes in to our DMs.
I think the main premise, though, is try and make Hannah laugh.
I mean, I do make you laugh, but you more laugh.
I'm shaking my head for
you more laugh at me.
For you audio listeners out there. Also, if you are more of the YouTube podcast type person,
vlog path,
as I am, or I'm actually dabbling into listening to podcasts.
Congratulations.
I don't know what happened to the birth story video. I am yet to try once again to upload it.
Yeah.
But I'll do it as soon as I can.
Giving up.
No, 1%. It was 1%. And it just wouldn't upload, so I'll try.
But don't worry, because we've got the birth saga continues. The birth strikes back. No, it's not the second part. It's the same part, but from my perspective.
So can you hear Jackie yell at you for the next?
It's probably going to be 10 minutes because I'll just.
It could only be 10 minutes.
Yeah, because I didn't do much.
You are not allowed to talk longer than 10 minutes about me giving birth and how it was hard for you. That's essentially what the next 10 minutes is going to be.
It was more physically and mentally straining. Probably. Okay,
just go. Just do it.
So I awake from my slumber at 4 a.m. It's going to make me sound like an idiot already. But
you chose to do it.
I did choose.
It's a risk that you were taking.
It was such a risk. Well, I mean, Celavi is me in that. We phoned the midwives. They came. It was just like, jump in the bath.
Why not go on and talk about how, like, straight into the birth and how...
Rather than the whole thing.
Yeah, because we don't need to hear all this again. Just as in, because this is more on the male perspective.
Right, okay.
As in, not, you know what I'm saying.
So,
I think.
Well, cut this. Cut this. Yeah, smart.
I always keep in the cut this.
Do you? Yeah. Good, yeah, cut this. Yeah, because that's funny. Everyone knows that's what makes a podcast funny. Cut this. Flip's sake. Yeah, the birth saga continues, but from my perspective, it's not really. There's not really too much to talk about. I think Hannah is right after shaming me, quite rightfully. It was more just like how I'm feeling throughout the whole process and how like what's going on around me and like how. I think I just felt like I was just a massive loose end. Like, not even, like, the midwives are there, they're performing a duty, blah, blah, blah. Hannah's there performing a duty. Roops is there, our dog performing a duty, and they kind of just leave me bimbling around. And they're just like, oh yeah, no, and like every time I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to ask for a job because like it's also my day off.
I think, can I cut in?
Yeah.
So I think a good example of what Jackie is saying, of what you're saying, is that so I have like severe phone anxiety and I just can't be on the phone. And this morning, because basically our 8, almost 9-month-old baby just isn't eating food. And so obviously super stressful, blah, blah, blah. Won't go into it unless you want us to.
Yeah, just slide into our DMs.
And so obviously I need to, like, I've been trying to get in touch with our health visitor, but I had Jake call them, leave them a message, and then, but like they ring my phone, and whenever my phone rings, I hand it to Jake to answer it because I just can't do it. I'm not human in that time. And so he answers it, and he's like, yeah, no, you can talk to me. But she's like, oh no, like, do you want us to
try and call Hannah to have this conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, and that was today. Like, that I hadn't even got that on my radar. But yeah, I was a bit outraged. I mean, we said something at the time, of course. But I think that kind of does set such a like wider precedent of like what's expected of dads when, like, even now, 9 months down the road, like we've got the baby and we're trying to get her eating, and they're just like, oh, we can talk to Hannah if you want. And I'm just like, no, you can talk to me. Like, she's also my child and I'm here to help. I don't know what's going on with everyone else in the area, but like it really does, like it makes you feel like crap, really.
Yeah, and like they said, like we'll sit down with Hannah, and it's like,
yeah, or both of you maybe if you can be there. I'm just like, I understand that I'm working like 5-day weeks and stuff like that, but if it's important and Hannah wants me to be there, then I'll be there.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where obviously we're fortunate where if you need to be home for something important, you can. Whereas for other people, they don't have the privilege of, if they need to be home, then they just like, there's just not an option. So it's one of those things, where it's like, you're not always taking every situation, like person's situation, into account because it's hard to do so. But then it is frustrating when your situation in particular isn't being acknowledged. Yeah, and there's a few words I'd use for it. I just, again, but it's like that was just from today. That I didn't really expect to speak about that today, like I said. But it was like, but that's how I feel now is how I felt like while you're giving birth. They're just like, oh, would you like to stroke her hair? Like, no. Like, she doesn't want me to stroke her hair. She wants me to leave her alone. Yeah. I was like, but I'm sure there's something else I could be doing that's more important than just like kneeling down, like next to a pool, And even when we get to the hospital, they're just like, okay, Hannah, okay, you're gonna have to give the baby to, what's your name again? Yeah. Like, I do apologise. I haven't introduced myself to everyone in the room. Well, the non-birthing partner is not even an afterthought. Like, it's not even a thought. When we were in the hospital, and even for like when we would have to go in for like movement checks and stuff, like you're there for hours, and like I'm in a bed which itself isn't comfortable, and then Jake's just in like this
plastic chair that they used to have at schools. Yeah,
but like because he's not a patient, then they can't like food for him is an option and stuff. But it's so crazy because
but I'm also there for 11 hours.
Yeah, and like when I worked in the hospital, I would like, I'm the type of person where it's like, yeah, but like, would you want food?
Yeah.
Like, I'll get you something to eat. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, obviously it's not the people individually who are like helping you, and they're not choosing to not
It's just like
help.
it's like a rule
Yeah.
that they're having to follow, and
It's just uncomfortable.
that's the thing. Like, you know, we got to the hospital. I mean, after our beautiful baby was born, and after you got stitched up, we were there for like 8 more hours. And I had to go to like the shop that's at the hospital to go and get food. One, there's nothing vegan, so there's no vegan option, and it's next to a Costa which only has like really expensive vegan stuff. And I was like, okay, great, so that means you're not eating, but no dramas. You can have a jacket potato and beans, like you can get a hot meal, and I've still got to eat like a wet sandwich from a refrigerator. That's costing me £6. So I'm having to pay to be fed there, even though, again, like I can understand that, yes, I'm not a patient, but like when you're part of that birth experience, like you should be included, like you should be made to feel more included, because I didn't feel included, like at all, in the slightest.
It's a weird one. It's also one of those things where it's like I wonder how this is going to come across from people who don't know us personally, because majority of people are going to be like, what are you talking about? She birthed a human being. Shut your male mouth.
But that's the thing. Yeah, shut my stupid man mouth. Yeah, and you know what? Fair play. That's whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like I can handle that. But what I can't, like, what's not fair is like at the time, like, you know, I'm like being made to feel like I'm not in the way, but like I'm being made to feel useless because I'm not there doing anything.
Yeah.
And that's what, for me, is like that's my perspective of like the birth experience from a birthing partner. Like you just don't have the like no one's there to really like it's not that I understand I'm there to support you, but then like, you know, that's not an easy feat either.
Yeah, and like that was what my birth plan was, is that it was just gonna be me, Jackie, and the 2 midwives, so that but I've said that I didn't really want the midwives doing much. I wanted it to be me and Jackie doing it together.
Yeah.
Because I had done like the most research I've ever done in my entire life for anything, so I knew the ins and outs of giving birth.
Catching like super loads as well.
Yeah, and yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's like this is going to come across 100% in the way that we don't intend it to, but this is just something. I mean, that
it will and it won't.
About.
So I think if people listen and they kind of know us and they know me, they know that like I'm not that way inclined. It's just I just want people to understand that, like, you know.
I don't want to say a joke that's gonna like be super inappropriate, but like again, it's like if you don't know us and you don't know like us and you, you wouldn't be like, oh my god. I'm not gonna say it. I
just think that there should be more kind of support for the birth partner, rather than just like I didn't even get a cup of tea. I had to drink Hannah's because it had cow's milk in it.
And like the reality is,
I'm there for 8 hours.
The reality is, like, Jake saw things that he never thought he'd ever have to see.
I can't unsee.
I don't, like, I didn't watch any videos. I didn't want to know what was going to happen to my body.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that there's not even the question of afterwards, like, because obviously the midwives were there. They would have known if they were able to acknowledge, like, everything that was happening. Yeah. They would have known what the partner would have seen, and then they might need to be like, do you need to talk about what happened?
Do you know
what you saw?
No one's asked me. I've had to like force it onto other people.
I'm actually curious, is that something that anyone has had from their midwives, health visitors afterwards, is like them being like, do you want to talk about?
To be fair, the one health visitor did ask me like how I was getting on, but there was no like, you know, how was it? And I'm just like, oh, you know me, I'll just palm it off with a joke, because it's like, you know, again, because you know me, it's not that I'm not really super concerned and like making it about myself, especially not when it's like, actually what it's about is the baby. It's not really about either of us. I mean, but again, it's about you and the baby. It's not really about me. And why am I made to feel that way when I'm part of the family? Yeah, this feeling of like uninclusion. And like, you see it, especially like, I mean, I can't remember what it was on and what scene it was, but there's like a dad, I think it might be Peep Show, and Mark is just like wandering around outside with Jeremy, waiting for the baby to be born. And it's just like, that's the reality. He was just like, oh, I was stood at the machine for hours deciding what to get, and he couldn't decide what to get. Just like, he's not contemplating life. Like, genuinely, there's nothing else for you to do, because they're everywhere. Like, all the midwives have everything under control. And yeah, again, like you said, it does make me sound stupid, because there's like really nothing for us to do. But like, I mean, us as birth partners, sorry. But like, I don't know. I just didn't feel involved.
It is a question of, because the midwives, or like not the students, but the midwives, they were older, so it is the question of, again, not trying to offend anyone, but like, are they used to maybe like
shooing the bloke out, like, don't worry, we've got this under control.
Like, cause
that's how it felt.
It was, like I said, it was supposed to be me and you doing it together. And again, in like a lot of people I've spoken to, they wanted to do the same. No one's really told me their birth story, so I can't go off anyone else's. Yeah. So I don't know.
We're sniffing anyway.
Do you reckon we should move on now before we thanks and get in trouble?
Well, yeah, I think the takeaway. I think I've already wrapped it up anyway. She's not. I can hear her.
Yeah, just seeing if you're still on.
Yeah, I already wrapped it up anyway. So.
Okay, all right. Thanks for listening to that. If you have, don't have a go at us.
I mean, don't.
But if you
don't, I mean, you can if you want.
I mean, I don't read any comments or anything, so I don't get told if we have any. So I don't think we have any.
So that's tight.
So don't have a go at us. If you have strong, firm, shut up, guys. But this is why you should shut up, and it's actual like
constructive criticism.
Yeah, but you're actually
drop us
teaching
a DM.
Us.
Drop us a DM, and we will read it out, and we will discuss it.
We're always happy to learn.
Yeah.
But also, if you've heard our point of view and you wholeheartedly disagree, why not try and see it from our point of view and then have a think about it? And if you can't see it from our point of view, then all right, cool, that's fine. I'm just a firm believer in seeing things from every point of view and going from there, because I feel like that's pretty goddamn healthy, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely helps. Like, I mean, I think Hannah and I have spoken about this specifically, especially when I had those 2 weeks off after the birth, and we were just like together, and I was like, I felt like I've done nothing, and now I'm doing nothing, and I'm just at home doing nothing. And I'm kind of like, not nothing, obviously, I'm looking after you, I'm doing the best I can, and obviously, it was our first child, we're kind of muddling through it as we go, and taking tips where we can. But it's just so, like, you just kind of feel useless because there's not a lot you can do. And I don't know how to get more involved. Like, like I said, there's things that I did in those 2 weeks where we just kind of flat out, like, I didn't leave. Like, I just looked after you. Cut that.
Should we do our next seggy?
Yeah, let's get the next seggy on, is it?
What is it? Jackie has orchestrated this episode.
I would say I've been on the tools all afternoon, and I have...
Have you been on the AI?
No, I haven't been using...
Oh, yeah,
Chad.
come on.
Chad didn't help me with this.
Guys, do we ever want to hear the ghost stories?
We'll do ghost stories. We'll do ghost stories with you for next week.
Because there's ghosts in this house.
Okay, we're rambling because we're tired and you keep getting off topic. Well, we're not talking about ghosts now. Our next segment is Would You Rather. And do the song. So, welcome to our Would You Rather segment, where we dive into some quirky hypothetical such an idiot. Hypothetical scenarios. Get ready to ponder some tough choices. You hate everything about that, don't you?
Script. I'm not a scripted kind of gal.
You're an idiot, that's why.
Because you read it.
Yeah.
Like a script.
Well, I've got some questions that I've got on the screen. I thought we could ask one each.
Alright.
And see how much time we've got left after we've done 3. Whether we should do all 5.
Cool.
Right?
Go on in.
Alright, so would you rather have the ability to fly, but only at walking speed,
He's so annoying.
or be able to teleport, but to only places you've been already? That's
Probably like teleport because
teleport's the answer.
yeah, because if I I really like
You walk super slow as well.
No, I don't.
You
I
do,
I actually walk like uncomfortably fast.
For who?
See
Not
how
for
this
me.
is the uncomfy hour. I've said uncomfortable a couple times.
Yeah, shut up.
No, so like we really like Cornwall, so and we've been there. So
Yeah, so teleport. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Teleport.
I think that's a stupid question because it's an obvious answer. Jackie, my turn.
So that's it. You're just bulldozing that one over. You're not even gonna have a conversation about it.
No, because
Alright, fine.
everybody.
The answer is teleport. You are right.
Yeah,
so shut
yes.
up and
Alright,
read the next
Number
one.
2. No, I have not read this in preparation. Would you rather have unlimited pizza for life, but it's always slightly burnt, or have gourmet meals prepared for you every day, but you can never choose what you eat?
Pizza slightly burnt. It's fine, isn't it? Like.
What would you mean, like for life? As in that's the only thing you can ever eat, or
Yeah.
you can have pizza for free if you want it for the rest of your life.
No, it's just pizza or gourmet meals.
Gourmet meals.
Yeah, but you don't get to choose, and you're vegan, so that's rough because I would make you vegan.
Well, no,
Well, you don't get to
that's
choose.
under the presumption of that it's going to be vegan.
Well, no. Well, why would you presume
I'm
that?
not answering this question because it's a stupid question. This one was also
It's your
a stupid
question, pal.
This one is also: would you rather have unlimited pizza?
Slightly burnt.
But I only really like one type of pizza.
But you'd have that for the rest of your life, slightly burnt.
I do also understand that there's like a billion different types of pizzas you can have. So you can even have like dessert pizza.
Which are dope, by the way. Quantry, Damon. Dessert pizza.
Sorry, Damon the Demon, for those of you who aren't aware.
We'll talk about that on next week's podcast. Hannah's Spookcast. Spooktacular podcast.
Okay, so I would go pizza if you can guarantee me the gourmet meals would be vegan.
Alright, fair. Gourmet meals get boring some days.
But I don't always want pizza.
But that's what you've got, unlimited pizza.
Like, Jackie likes to have like a pizza a week, and like when that pizza day comes, majority of the time I always say, let me just talk myself into it.
Yeah, because you have to. I don't have to. I've been talking myself out of a pizza for the last 6 days.
Total.
Yeah, I've been talking myself out of pizza for 6 days.
I is turtle boy.
Turtle boy. Okay, so the answer is pizza. Obviously. Pizza slightly burnt. Okay, so next, would you rather have the power to speak to animals, but they can only speak in riddles? Or be able to understand every language in the world, but you can only communicate by singing? Singing?
I love talking by singing.
You do actually. You do that quite a lot. You tell me to... What did you sing to me earlier? I remember. But anyway. Wouldn't you love... But you'd love to talk to animals, no?
Oh, not in riddles though. I'd rather just sing to animals.
Well, that's not the question. I'd rather sing to animals.
Let me reread this question for you. Or be able to understand every language animals speak their own language.
No. Don't,
in the world.
No
but you can only communicate by singing.
You're such a dummy. No.
Nah, I won that one.
I won. You're not getting points.
Yeah, I am. Alright, moving on.
Would you rather be able to freeze time for
Don't
10
take
seconds?
9.
Oh, sorry.
Would you rather?
no, there you go.
Would you rather be able to freeze time for 10 seconds, but you get incredibly dizzy afterwards, or have the ability to rewind time by 1 minute, but you age 1 day every time you use it? I just wouldn't rewind time.
So okay. So freeze. Just get a bit dizzy.
I just wouldn't reuse either of them.
You would never freeze time.
Why would I want to freeze time?
For 10 seconds.
Tell me why. Why would I want to do that? Give me a scenario where I would want to freeze time.
I can freeze time right now.
Genuinely, give me a scenario where I freeze time. I don't understand what situation I'd be in. I'm like,
that one was only in there.
Freeze
That
time.
was only in there for me to do that one bit.
Oh my god, again, stupid question.
Good.
Rewind time? I don't want to rewind time.
Okay, so fifth and final question. Would you rather have the ability to control the weather, but only within a 1 mile radius? Or be able to control electronics with your mind, but you can't turn them off? Weather?
Yeah, weather.
Obviously weather, right?
Again, stupid question. Obviously, it would be the weather.
Why is that a stupid question?
Because we'll be able to control electronics with your mind. Remote control. They're remote.
You're such a... No, but you can't turn them off.
Yeah,
or the power
exactly.
off.
So
you can
stupid.
You can only do things with your mind.
Weather.
Weather for a mile?
Yeah, because I'm within that mile.
Well, yeah.
I don't care about anyone else.
And that's
Do you?
And that's the podcast, folks. We care about our listeners, obviously. The holcs, remember? We're calling them the holcs. Don't call just go like this. Anyway, let us know your answers. And don't forget to tag us on Instagram, I guess. We can't wait to hear your thoughts. Just slide your DMs with your answers. Maybe we'll post these.
1 thumbs up for that was great. Like, share, follow, subscribe for those awful questions.
No. Let's put the questions up on Instagram and get people's answers.
Yeah, sure.
You're not going to do that, are you? You what? You want to do the podcast?
You have access to it too.
No, I don't. Do the internet properly.
Guys, if anybody wants to be a
Have you
social
got a
media
fact of the
person.
day? Have you got your get fact?
No, you didn't tell me to do anything.
And we should always have a dad joke and a mum
Okay,
fact.
fact of the day.
No, that's not
Let
yet.
me
We're
think
going to play a game.
Oh, okay. So, oh god, I just forgot it.
That's not a good fact then, is it? Get fact. Anyway, let's finish off with a game.
Yeah, one that you haven't let me know what this was, so I haven't prepared.
You don't have to prepare anything. I'm going to think of something and you've got to guess what it is by asking 20 questions. It's so easy. 20 questions. Nice. You think
Just do it. Stop joining.
I'm not doing it anymore. Right, I know what I'm thinking of. You've got to guess what it is.
Is it nothing?
No.
Is it something?
Yes.
Oh right, okay. So I asked you.
You've got to be able to guess.
I don't think you said what we're playing.
Hey, true. So, guys, welcome. This is our first proper game that I've again orchestrated and not told anything about. Called a Kahuna. That's funny. Big Kahuna burger. Basically, we're going to play a little game called 20 Questions. Hannah has 20 questions to guess what I'm thinking of. Yes or no questions. Do you understand? That's a yes. That's a big yes. Okay, and your time. Wait, should we time you? Really put the pressure on? Nah, probably not, because you've panicked for the pressure.
Just move on. Don't say anything.
Absolute flounder. Just listen to the TikToks.
Okay. Is it a person?
No.
Alright, so if we... Is it a food?
No.
Animal?
No.
Is it a place?
No. Well, yes and no. But more no. You can go there, but it's not like a country. I've said too much. But it's in a country.
I don't know what that means.
That's a big clue.
Is it like a? Is it? I don't know what question I'm supposed to be asking. Do you generally not give me like any sort of a hint?
You've got to guess. You are the guesser.
Is it an object?
Yes.
Is it big?
Yes.
Is it an aeroplane?
No.
Is it a helicopter?
No.
Is it a ship?
No.
Is it like a transport thing?
No, but it was transported to the country. No, it wasn't. No, ignore that. No, it's not a transport. You're on 10 questions left.
Is it a roller coaster?
No.
I think this game sucks.
Why? Because you're not good at it?
I just don't understand how I'm supposed to get it.
Well, there's like a few things that people will like. What if I said a person?
Like, I don't remember what your yes ones were. I don't remember if you said it was big. I don't remember if... So it's a big object.
Correct.
Is it the size of an aeroplane?
No, bigger.
I just don't understand what I'm supposed to do with this.
You can just start guessing. Guess what it is.
What is bigger than an aeroplane?
Shall I give you a clue?
Yeah.
A monument.
It's on the Eiffel Tower.
It is the Eiffel Tower. That's how I play the game.
Why would you think of the Eiffel Tower?
Because I thought it'd be easy.
Well, yeah, but like I'm like, like that's not something you would say.
And that's our 20 questions. Hannah won, begrudgingly won, because I gave her the biggest clue. Yeah, it was stupid.
The Eiffel Tower is an object.
How is it not? It's a monument and also an object. It's a thing.
Oh, it was stupid. I could never play that ever again.
What, you don't want a 20 questions to me?
Alright, okay.
No, we'll do it next week. No. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Another episode of the Holcombs podcast.
I'm thinking of something.
We're on the outro. You can do yours next week.
No, I'm thinking of something.
You can do yours next week.
Okay,
we're running out of time anyway.
I'm thinking of something.
Oh, Bandy, we're running out of time.
If you pause it, I swear to God. Okay, so I'm thinking of something.
Is it a person?
No.
Is it an object?
Yes.
Okay. Is it bigger than an aeroplane?
No.
Is it smaller than a microphone?
No.
Okay. Is it British?
Can be.
Is what you're thinking of British?
Yes.
Wait. So I've asked the same question twice and you've been like before. That sucks. So, it's not... Is it an electronic device?
No.
Is it a book?
No.
Is it a film?
No.
Is it a person?
No.
What? Can I have a
It's
clue?
not fun, is it?
Can I have a clue? Give me a clue.
You consume it.
So it's food. I didn't know. You didn't answer.
What did you ask me?
Is it food?
No.
So it's something you consume that's bigger. It can be bigger than an aeroplane, but smaller. Smaller than a microphone. Bigger than a microphone.
You did. This game is stupid. Is anybody having fun listening to this?
Okay, guys. So thanks for joining us. You try and do something nice for somebody, and they throw it in your face. What was it?
Vanilla syrup.
I can't be. Okay, what we should do is we need some rules. There needs to be more rules. Guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Holcombs podcast. Keep sliding into our DMs for all your great gear. dad jokes and fun facts. Don't forget to give us a follow on YouTube and leave us a rating on Spotify. Is that it?
Yeah, sure.
Cool? All right, love you, bye.
All right, thanks.
Bye. Thanks. Shut up.